All right, let's say you got a few dollars burning a hot hole in your pocket and you want to spend it on a portable Bluetooth speaker that packs some thump. So you got some decisions to make. JBL has come down on the price of the JBL Charge 5, or should you get one or maybe two JBL Flip 6s? I don't know, man. This decision's gonna be up to you. But I'm gonna do my best to help you out today on New Stuff TV, the Untechnical Tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine, Mr. First World Decision Making Richardson, because today we're gonna be trying to figure out, hey, is the JBL Charge 5 enough for a portable Bluetooth speaker that you could fit in a bag? Or should you kind of, I don't know, go for two JBL Flip 6s and call it a day because you got stereo sound or, you know, a wider sound stage, you got decent battery and extreme portability. I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one. I've never done this comparison before. I don't know why I left it out of my comparison of all the JBL speakers, but nonetheless, here we are. So I've said it about 45, 50 times already that the JBL Charge 5 is my favorite speaker of the JBL lineup, simply because of its portability and size, the extreme 20-hour battery life, and that mega thump that comes out of these passive radiators right here. And it does pack a nice clean sound. Man, I truly do love it. I use it all the time in my backyard for my outdoor theater, and when I want to like go on vacation or something, take it to the beach. This is the one I pack, or one of the ones I pack. But the JBL Flip 6 does exist, and it does have its uses. The Flip 6 is a smaller sibling to the Charge 5 because it actually will fit in a cup holder or a bottle holder should you want to put it on a bicycle or in your car, ATV, or whatever you're cruising in. And you can definitely slide it into the side of a backpack with no problem and not too much bulge out to the side. But just because it's a little smaller, that doesn't mean it doesn't pack any thump, because you still got these exclamation marks right here, meaning that that bass is going to be thumping right at your face. But where you do sacrifice is battery life. This one gives you a 12-hour battery life versus the 20 hours you're gonna get out of the JBL Charge. Now with these battery life claims, you gotta remember, take it with a grain of salt, man. They rate these battery times or play times at like, I don't know, 20, 30%. They're not rated at full blast. So don't expect to like blast the Charge 5 and get 20 hours worth of battery life at full volume. And conversely, don't expect to blast the Flip 6 at 100% volume and get 12 hours. You're probably gonna knock that 12 hours down to probably, I don't know, 2 or something like that. But keep it at a moderate 20, 30%. You're gonna stretch that battery life closer to these rated times. As far as price goes, I really do think even at retail price, the JBL Charge 5 is worth it, but you're not gonna find it at retail anymore. JBL has knocked the price down on this thing. Amazon has knocked the price down. So it is very close to even the retail price of the JBL Flip 6, which has also come down in price. You'll have to check my links for the most current pricing, but a lot of people have asked me, how would it sound, or how would you compare two JBL Flip 6s to one JBL Charge 5? First of all, what you gonna do with two JBL Flip 6s, man? Why you need two speakers? Okay, I am the same dude that says you need maybe 2 or 3 or 4 JBL Charge 5s, but it's a Charge 5, man. No, seriously, you do what you want to, man. And we're going to play around with these in just a moment. But seriously, what would you do if you had two JBL Flip 6s? Would you actually use both of them most of the time, or would you be camping out with just one? Same thing with like 1 or 2 JBL Charge 5s. I would love to know in the comments. So please let me know if you're a multiple paired up speaker kind of guy. Speaking of paired up speakers, I really love the way JBL has implemented their PartyBoost. You see this button right here? All you got to do is turn it on and then press this button right here. That is your PartyBoost button. Press that button, and then you don't even have to have the other speaker paired up to your phone. You just press the same button on another speaker and it is automatically gonna search for it, find it, and connect. You don't have to do anything else. It just starts playing. It's just magic. But then you can go into the app if you want to, and if you have 2 of the identical speakers, you can pair them in stereo mode. You have an extra option, because otherwise, like if I wanted to pair all 3 of these or a JBL Flip 6 with a Charge 5, it will not do stereo pair. It'll only do a PartyBoost mode, which is just multiple speakers. But I do want to know in the comments what you would plan to do if you had multiple speakers. Like, will you use them most of the time? But either way, we got to get to the part of the show that you all came in here for. But do they jam though?
Just text, I know it's a toss up, but I hate the fact that we lost touch. Hey, the Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do? Look, I'm tryna spend this time with you. Know we overdue. What you doing right now? Baby, won't you swing my way? It's been a day and I've been thinking out loud. I know I want you. Long time since the last time. Got a tab, we could run up. Know you from the way, now we grown up. My look, yeah, made the realest ones nervous. But if you want it, tap it. I think that I know somewhere that we could go.
All right, guys, as usual, that was a ton of fun. Whew. But hopefully you guys are intelligent enough to understand that these recordings are not a direct representation of how these speakers actually sound, because you can't really record bass. Well, I guess you could, but I ain't got that kind of equipment here. Anyways, oh man, where do I start? So the Flip 6s, when you pair them up in stereo mode, they sound so good. Even though they were just this far apart from each other, you could still hear the wider soundstage and the openness of that audio that was playing. This was great, man. But I will tell you that they do pull back on the bass a little bit when you get into that 80% range. At 50%, they bang and they thump. The clarity is there, even at the 80%, the clarity's still there, all that sharpness, it still remains, and I love the way they sound. It's just that when you turn speakers up, they just kind of pull back on that bass a little bit. But then when you turn on that JBL Charge 5, you get that low end, man. You get bass here, but you get low end with the Charge 5, which I've always appreciated, but it's nicely mixed up with the mids and the highs. At 80%, it did pull back on the bass a little bit. It always does, but I still love the JBL Charge 5. But here's the thing. We got two of these speakers, the Flip 6 and one Charge 5. The Charge 5 really did hold its own. It did a great job against two of these little brothers here. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought that these would actually blow the one speaker away because of the size, and then, you know, you multiply it by 2. But no, man, it was pretty much dead even. And I feel like you actually get still just a little bit more low end out of one Charge 5 than you do with the JBL Flip 6s. I'm not an expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is I'm having a bunch of fun, man, just jamming out tracks. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and pair these up and party boost, because even though we like to fight, you know, they fight, they're all family. And when they get together for the family reunion, it ain't nothing but a party, y'all.
The Uber pulling up on call. Tell me, is you trying to fall through? I'ma leave it up to you. What you wanna do? Look, I'm tryna spend this